Hey guys, how's it going? This is Yusei D-Wheeler here, and we are finally back in Fate Grand Order. The Gas. I think the last time I did Fate Grand Order was my roles for Space Ishtar, along with Commander Lo-Fi, and Misakai. So now we are back, and we're going to dive into the story of Lostbelt Chapter 5. Yes, it is finally the release date of Lostbelt 5. It's called Ancient Ocean of Dreadnought Gods, Atlantis. The day to bring down gods. So let's get right into that.
Good morning, Senpai. Is your formal dress all ready to go? I know it's been a long 2 weeks since we got back from the Indian Lostbelt.
Only 2 weeks? Damn. Damn, Mash. It felt longer to me, for some reason.
But today they're finally supposed to finish making modifications to the shadow border. And complete construction on a new Nautilus that has the shadow border at its core. I can't wait to see what it looks like once they let us back into the dock at 9 a.m. I remember Captain was very particular about having us, quote, wake up at the crack of dawn and remain on standby until further notice. Which just makes me that much more curious. Ahem, testing. Everything good with this mic? Hey guys, can you hear me? Are my dual set tones
Is it dual set or dual say? I don't know.
Are my dual set tones carrying clearly to your waiting ears? Tomlin, Kawata, Octavia, Jin, Cayenne...
Is it Cyan? I think it's Cyan.
Cyan, Elron, Marcus, Munier, Director Gordolf, Mash, and last but not least, Yusaku. As the 11 staff members of Novum Chaldea, your patience has been much appreciated. Now come on. Now come on down to the dock and meet our brand new ship.
Sorry, man. I can't do this like Dove can.
That's right. It's time for the launch ceremony for Captain Amos's Nautilus.
Okay, cool. I kind of want to have like a Chaldea outfit for my skin. Maybe I can ask Hana to get me a Chaldea outfit. I don't know. Ooh, or maybe wear the black Lostbelt Mystic Code. Maybe I want to try that. Maybe I'll ask her to do that for me. Hey! I think Nemo's a guy, right? I forgot how we did Nemo in the last playthrough though. I don't think Dove. I don't think we managed to like upload all the parts because I was waiting for Dove to upload her Lostbelt parts though. I don't know. I'll have to ask her when. Until then, I'm gonna just do this one solo because I know Hana's taking a break from FGO, so I'm kind of carrying her account right now. So yeah, making sure she doesn't just up and lose it, you know, because I worked very hard on that too. All right. In any case, hey, thanks for coming to celebrate with us. We're so lucky we got to put the Nautilus together in a secret underground dock like this. Congratulations, guys! We deserve it. I can't wait till we can set sail. Congratulations to you too, Yusaku and Mash. You guys are gonna be there for tomorrow's test voyage too, right? Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. I wonder if we can still fire torpedoes in the Void Sea.
Master, do you know why there are so many Nemos here?
It's a whole series of Nemos, the Nemo series. No, but I've seen them around here and there before. It's a whole series of Nemos. The Nemo series. Hey, who said you could leave your post? You're making a mockery of the launch ceremony, damn it! Marines, line up! Ah, look out, guys! Captain's all mad! Come on, let's all line up. That's more like it. Now, roll call. Nemo Marine reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the deck, and I want you to requisition me a new mop. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of loading the really, really heavy torpedoes. Will somebody trade posts with me? Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the computer room, and I'm still not sure taking notes by hand is really the best idea. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of cleaning the kitchen and bathrooms. A clean ship is a happy ship. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of... Oh god, there's so many of them. Whoa! Whoa!
Ulfer, that's enough, damn it!
Oh man, it's been so long since I voiced Squirtle.
I was a bit overwhelmed with all the new information even before this parade of identical faces. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Since when do you have so many damn subordinates?
That's as silly as asking a fluvial sculpin why it swims upstream, Gordolf. The Marines are clones, or instances of me who specialize in different operations. Having a large enough crew is an essential part of any voyage. I didn't make the Marines for you guys, I made them solely to help with the ship, and the ship is where they'll stay. You could say they're animated metaphors for my mental support structure. They're fully autonomous, possible alternate versions of me who...
Thank you, Captain. I'll take it from here. You have many talents, but explaining things is clearly not one of them. You see, the ability of Captain is using to make these clones belong... Oh.
Sorry, let me start that again.
You see, the ability of... The ability Captain is using to make these clones belongs to neither Nemo, the heroic spirit, nor to Triton, the divine spirit.
Okay, I think I did that one right.
Those of us at the Atlas Institute use a technique called memory partition as part of our basic thought processes. So I gave Captain the ability to use it when I formed a contract with him. Essentially, it lets you, well, partition your brain so that you can have multiple cells processing different things simultaneously. In Captain's case, that resulted in him gaining the ability to create multiple physical cells that all act with complete autonomy. In other words, all the work pertaining to running a ship that Captain Nemo has been doing all by himself to date. Or perhaps more accurately, all the work he had been wishing to do, but thus far was unable to carry out due to the lack of personnel. Is now being carried out by all these other Nemos thanks to the evolution he had independently achieved.
They don't all just look like Nemo. They are all Nemo. Wow, talk about a hard worker. Aye, aye, sir. Though of course we all have to do whatever the captain tells us to.
So there's going to be lots and lots of Nemos working on board the Nautilus then.
Well, the number of Marines will change depending on the circumstances. Also, the Marines aren't the only other Nemos in my Nemo series. I'll introduce you to them properly when the time is right, but for now... There's Nemo Professor, whose job is to analyze situations, come up with plans, and conduct scientific research. Professor Nemo. Next, there's Nemo Baker, the cook who will be in charge of preparing everyone's meals. All these roles are important, of course, but hers stands out in particular. Then there's Nemo Engineer, who is so Who's so cantankerous you'd never believe she was me. She'll just as soon throw a wrench at you as you She'll just as soon throw a wrench at you as you look at you. What? She'll just as soon throw a wrench at you as you look at you. Is that supposed to be like that? Is that another typo? I don't know. I'll just roll it. Wait, is Nemo a girl? I don't know. I'll just voice him. Wait, did I have either Hana or Dove voice Nemo for me, or... I don't know. I kind of forgot what gender this Nemo is. Oh my god. Alright. These, along with the Marines, are the crew I'll be taking along to run the ship. The only downside is that bringing the boarder aboard the new Nautilus means there won't be any room for a bakery, so I won't be calling Baker. No Baker? Oh man, that's a real shame. Still, it's looking more and more like a real submarine, isn't it? When are you gonna take her out for a test drive, Captain? Oh, I'd like to do that no later than tomorrow. We'll need to cross an ocean from the Age of Gods in this next Lostbelt, so I have to make sure everything is ship-shape, figuratively speaking. However, the only ones who will be coming with me are Mash and Yusaku. The rest of you will be staying here.
What? Why? We have our reasons, Munyan. Sorry, it just wasn't in the cards this time. While Captain Mash and Yusaku are out there testing the Nautilus, the rest don't have our work cut out for us getting ready to infiltrate the Atlantic Lostbelt.
VTuber Azrael. Turkeys are so lucky. I wish I could spread open on the table, stuffed and covered in gravy. I'd be fucking delicious. Oh, well. I guess. I mean, turkeys are delicious. Welcome to the stream, VTuber Azrael.
Developing the ultra-long range lens, doubling and tripling the Nautilus's defense systems. Reinforcing Yusaku's mystic codes, fine-tuning Mash's Ortinex. Basically, Munier, we all have an absolute ton of things to do here. We just don't have the time to spare for you to be wasting your magecraft expertise on a submarine test dive.
Damn it! Of all the rotten luck! If I had known it was gonna hold me back like this one day, I would have sold my magical crest and gotten out of the magecraft game long ago.
That's the boldest statement I've heard in a long time. But in case you need a reminder, if you weren't a mage, you would never have been hired at Chaldea in the first place. So how about you just resign yourself to helping the technical advisor like a good little lackey and let me take responsibility for what is sure to be a delightful Nautilus test done.
You sure, Gordy? You don't know they're going for a test dive in the Void Sea, not the Wandering Sea, right?
Void Sea, right?
Yes. As I was saying, I will let Yusaku handle it, as I have a lot of the directory work I need to do myself. Yes, quite a lot indeed.
Then it's settled. This afternoon, I'll be holding a class to explain all about the Nautilus's equipment and facilities, as well as what to do in case of an emergency. Then tomorrow, Yusaku, Mash, and Captain will take out for a test dive. While they're off doing that, the rest of us will be getting things ready here at the Wandering Sea for our infiltration of the Atlantic Lostbelt.
Keep hearing clicks. I think, was that Da Vinci clicking her glasses? Huh. Looks like a lot of people are rolling for, yeah, Super Orion. I know he's good though, but yeah. I'm not really going to be doing any rolls at the moment though, so yeah.
It'll probably take around 7 days to wrap up everything. It'll probably take around 7 days to wrap everything up, so this could be your last chance to relax on standby for a while. Make sure you're all well rested so that you can give your best for what's to come. Right.
That goes for you too, Da Vinci. Hey, that's my... Oh, ow, my neck. Having a lot of aches lately. Alright, so intro 5-2. We probably won't be going too long because it is kind of late at night, so yeah. I think probably I guess the furthest we can probably go is probably up to probably after we finish chapter 2 maybe. That's what I want to say. My journey is drawing to an end. It won't be long now before I arrive at my destination in southern Nevada. Not that it'll change anything once I get there. I certainly won't be getting a reward for my trouble. Nor do I have a home to return to, or enough fuel to get me there even if I did. The only point this journey ever had was to get where I was going. Gonna do the Orion rolls off stream. I'm actually not gonna roll for Orion though, because like I said earlier, I'm trying to save up for stuff right now though. So yeah, so I won't be able to like whale for a bit though. Hopefully, but we'll see. Maybe I'll probably roll for other stuff later though. Yeah, I think so. The only point this journey ever had was to get where I was going. Well, no, that may be technically accurate, but it's still not quite right. Let me be clear so I don't invite any misunderstandings. Yeah. But regarding the banner, though, I do kind of want to roll for Ricardo. But, yeah. I think he's permanent, though, so he might spook me at any time, so yeah, there's that. When I say I don't have a home to return to, I don't mean that in the heartless, cold-blooded bastard sense. My home may be gone now, but I still remember it clearly, and as long as I have those memories, I'll never feel the pain of its loss. See, since I was born, I've had the ability, for better or worse, to recall anything I've ever seen in a perfect detail. So you have whoever's speaking right now has an eidetic memory. Or in other terms, that means like a photographic memory. I think I think that's what they usually call it. Well, no. That's like the scientific way to call it, an eidetic memory. It's called hyperthymesia, or you can call it that, I guess. Though it's more commonly known as a superior autobiographical memory. So a photographic memory, maybe? I don't know. My friends consider it a disability and sympathize with the drawbacks, but scientists considered it a gift. It drove me insane when I was a kid. At some points, it caused me to hate cities and people in general. When I grew up, I left the city behind and started living a much quieter life out in a village near the mountains. As a result, I've only spent about a third of my life in busy urban areas, so I'm not really overburdened with memories of those places. Still, my memories are just as clear now as they ever were. I can see the friends I used to hang out with smiling and laughing as if they were right here with me. Of course, that includes the beautiful scenery, and the stars that used to twinkle bright all across the nighttime sky. Maybe that's why I couldn't shake my doubts about why this happened the way it did. Something just seemed off. I don't mean the Earth's surface being bleached white. I mean it feels like something even bigger has changed, but in a way I can't put my finger on it. Whatever it is, I've noticed it at different points during this journey. There was something different about the skies above Russia, Scandinavia, China, India, whatever it was. They weren't the same skies I'd seen before. There must be some other change occurring in places I'm not privy to, or maybe some other humans besides me are struggling to fight back. Hey, that's me. We're struggling to fight back too. Maybe they're doing their best to retake this world, this planet, this universe for humanity, even as I speak. Unfortunately, as intriguing as that possibly is, those places are much too far away for me to make a detour, and I have precious little time left as it is. I ran out of food yesterday, and my bike's not going to last much longer either. Again, once I reach my destination, my journey is over. It would be nice if whoever's causing these changes taking place around the world were to stop by the States. But I doubt anyone who's lost as lost as hard as me and the rest of humanity have anything close to that kind of good luck left. Oh man, that kind of threw me for a loop a bit. Oh? What a strange feeling. Even if this is the end for me in multiple senses, it still feels good to achieve the goal I set for myself. Why did humanity die out? Why did these alien invaders show up? Why did they conquer us by bleaching the earth white? My heart is racing at the prospect of possibly uncovering the answer to these and all the other mysteries. I've arrived at the US Air Force Base once known as Area 51. Guys, maybe that's why everyone's trying to raid Area 51. Be careful, guys. You gotta Naruto run in so that you can dodge everyone's bullets. It's the one place, the only part of the texture on the entire planet that managed to evade the bleaching. The sheer secrecy surrounding this place led to all sorts of rumors about high-tech experiments and training being conducted here, but you'd never know that looking at it now. Not only are there no survivors here, there's not so much as a single piece of cutting-edge equipment. Any seaplanes and armored tanks that may have been here before are long gone. See it? And since there's no power, I doubt I'll be able to stock up on food or water either. On the plus side, the buildings are mostly untouched, so at least I shouldn't have to go sifting through rubble. I can't believe it. Rain clouds cropped up here out of nowhere. I guess that means it still rains in the last area on Earth that hasn't been bleached away. I pushed my excitement down to keep it from getting the better of me and began carefully making my way through the base. Naruto.
I'm gonna head over to Area 51, Kakashi-sensei. Believe it!
Damn. The rain clouds that cropped up in the skies overhead stuck around the whole time I was there. I learned that several things from my expedition into the inside of the base, the part completely cut off from the outside world. I wish I could offer my own personal insights on what I found, but since I'm running low on both time and energy, I'll have to stick to just the facts. This base did in fact contain an alien life form. Oh. So it was Area 51 that was the cause of the Lostbelts. You know, we should have raided them when we had the chance, guys. Like I said, like everyone's been saying, we had the Naruto run to dodge their bullets, though. But they were keeping the source of the Lostbelt in Area 51, guys! I say we make another trip to Area 51. 2018, Subject E relocation. 2018, initiate Subject E examination. According to the documents I found, this subject had flown to New Mexico in the year 2018. The craft it had been piloting either burnt up when it entered Earth's atmosphere, or was possibly destroyed by the subject itself, according to a handwritten note, leaving the subject completely exposed upon its discovery. The injuries sustained during its emergency landing had left it critically wounded and near death. But by flash freezing it, the Air Force managed to preserve its life functions. They then brought it to this base. All the other records pertaining to the subject can be summed up in a single word: gruesome. The scientists perform all kinds of tests, experiments, and surgeries in order to keep this alien visitor alive. They conducted clinical trials with different kinds of medicine. They tested every known substance on Earth to see how it would react. They observed the reactions that corresponded to pain. They observed reactions that corresponded to joy. To measure its endurance, they stopped supplying it with nutrients. Then they tried burning it, freezing it, melting it, attaching things to it. They stirred its intestines around, cut off parts of its body, measured signals from the organ they thought was its brain. They performed all of this research, what could also be called the very crystallization of human history, on the subject while it was still living. Wow, they tortured it. It didn't take long for the surgical procedures meant to resuscitate the subject to morph into brutally exploitative experiments. And since the cells taken from the subject's samples were made up of elements that didn't exist anywhere on the planet, it wasn't hard to imagine that further research could eventually lead to military and civilian applications. Truth be told, there was... Sorry, let me try it again. Truth be told, that was where the top brass's true interest lied. After all, ever since the turn of the 20th century, the energy race between nations had only continued to pick up speed. and there was now an insurmountable gap between industrialized nations and developing ones. I could tell from poring over the documents that they began with the best of intentions. They wanted their research to result in a better life for every person on Earth, to help humanity move past its endless squabbling for wealth and forge ahead with a new loftier goals. However, Area 51's researchers didn't see things the same way. With every experiment they ran, they became more and more certain that the subject was emitting a constant unknown signal. It was calling for help. So they thought, if they kept running experiments on it, if they kept inflicting greater levels of pain on it, even more potential test subjects were bound to show up. You dumbasses! You killed us all! That's why this all happened. This wasn't a natural disaster, it was a man-made one. But is that truly the reason? I finally know why those trees came here. Now I just have to confirm one last thing. Was this the true cause? Was there really a Subject E here at this base? I have to see it for myself. And I have to do it before I die of malnutrition. It took me several days to discover that door. E, reference room. A secret area that had been built even further underneath the base's underground structure. I managed to open the door and make my way inside the sealed-off passageway. I can already tell that there's something here. This is it. This is where I'll find the answers I've been seeking. There's just something different about the air in this passageway that makes that all too clear. My instruments aren't picking up anything unusual, even though the passageway itself is like something from another world, entirely removed from what we think of as reality. I know this passageway is made out of iron and steel, but it feels like I'm walking on pulsating jelly. I make my way across a simultaneously hard, soft, warm, cold floor, one careful step at a time. My body temperature is dropping like a stone. I can barely breathe. My consciousness is hanging by a thread. I can't even remember how many days it's been since I last had something to eat or drink. Soon I won't have even enough energy left to talk into this recorder. But I can't stop now. I have to find the answers before I die. Answers that I'm sure lie just beyond this passage. David? Oh, sorry, almost knocked my camera away. The only sound that escaped my lips was a quiet gasp of shock. It was the most retro room I could have imagined. If I hadn't known better, I would never have thought it was located in the middle of one of the most high-tech bases on Earth. And yet, there it was atop the exam table. A bizarre thing that resembled nothing so much as a dead tree. What the? Is he holding a gun? Oh shit, he's packing heat! Hey there. It's about time you showed up, Blue Book. Did you get shot? Holy fuck. Huh. Oof. Huh. That was interesting, I would say. Intro 5.3, giving it. Oh, more prologue. Oh. Let me kind of raise the volume on this thing. Hey, it's Pepe. Oh yeah, I did the Zarbon voice right. Sorry. That's all I've got to report. Any other questions? This isn't like you, Pepe. Didn't you always used to tell us that we should act our cheeriest when we've lost? Unless, of course, you didn't consider the Indian Lostbelt disappearing a loss at all. Okay, you got me there. Yeah, you got it there, like that. Unless, of course, you don't consider the Indian Lostbelt disappearing a loss at all. My. I see that at least your sharp tongue has managed a full recovery, Kadok. Alrighty, then let me rephrase. Not only did I get into a fight with my Lostbelt king, my very own servant washed his hands of me. And I had to run all the way here with my tail between my legs after Chaldea, our sworn enemy, saved my life. I'm clearly the best scripter. But at least the roasted bananas were super yummy. Oh. And I really love those bananas too. I'll redeem it too. Just give me a moment. Never mind, I take it back. You're just as cheery as ever. Now shut up already, will you? Now that's our Pepperoncino. Besides, it's still too soon to declare yourself a loser. Knowing you must have really gotten into their good. Knowing you must have really gotten in their good graces, right? There's more to a deathmatch than just slipping a knife between the other guy's ribs. Getting your opponent attached to you is a pro-level long-game move. So the way things are going, I'm betting their next destination will be their last, am I right? Oh, yes. This next one will settle things once and for all. They won't be going to your Lostbelt. I mean, now that they have a ship, they're all but certain to come here. Even though that practically guarantees their demise. Well, damn, that's real brave of him. Gotta give him props for that. Hats off to you, Chaldea. We couldn't have asked for a better guy to fill in that last seat. What was his name again? Who cares? Like it makes any difference to me anyway. Point is, the next drink's for you, Master What's-His-Face. You must be feeling real good about yourself now that you've strangled 4 innocent Lostbelts in their proverbial cradles. We can't be sure the Chaldeans will come to the Atlantic Lostbelt yet. Who knows, maybe they'll end up gunning for you next, Beryl. So if you got some time to be making shitty, tasteless analogies, maybe you ought to spend it getting ready for them. Huh? Huh? You serious, Kadok? You really think I might be next? Are you feeling okay? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it's possible that... Oh, Kirschtaria hasn't told you? Well, hey, since all the other alter egos aren't here at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them. You mind if I tell them... You mind... let me see. Well, hey, since all the other alter egos aren't here at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them, you mind if I tell them myself, boss? No. This directly concerns the next phase of the plan, so I'll fill them in myself. Seyfert, the Tree of Emptiness in Beryl's English Lostbelt, has already been felled. I secretly asked Beryl to see to it that the English Lostbelt will go away on its own accord. It's already been felled? Then you're saying the English Lostbelt doesn't exist anymore? Wow, that's a missed opportunity for us. Nope. It ought to fall apart and disappear real soon now. And, for the record, you have no idea how hard it was to pull that off. The English Lostbelt, or the British Lostbelt, as they like to put it, has like 1,000 phantasmal beasts for every one of the... For every one of the few humans there, you can easily find yourself in a whole different world with completely different rules if you go just a little way down the path. It's a hellish wonderland, and coming from me, a guy who's raised in the UK, that's saying something. So it wasn't easy sweet-talking them into cutting down the Tree of Emptiness themselves. They're probably cursing my name to hell and gone for tricking them right about now. Not that it's gonna do them any good.
It's not true, but unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm pretty sure I can still see a wall of light up around an English Lostbelt.
Yes, I've seen it too, but even so, the English Tree of Emptiness is most assuredly gone. Hey, Folabi with a raid. How's it going, buddy? Let me see, let me give you a shout out. Oh, you're playing the Maxi Boost, nice. I have not touched that game in ages, and I am sorry. But yeah, I've been busy with like Pokemon, of course now FGO, and then other games I have on my agenda. Oh, you're doing a test stream, nice. Once the trees of emptiness grow tall enough to reach the stratosphere, their branches start to interfere with one another, resulting in a kind of network. And we haven't seen a single signal from Seyfert for a few days now. Yeah, I finished the main story of Brilliant Diamond, though. I finished the Sinnoh Pokedex, so I'm just doing the National Dex, but right now I'm just breeding Pokemon to be able to battle and stuff, too, now. Like, I'll probably see if I can battle my brother, or I may ask Sean to battle maybe someday. Well, when he gets to, like, a point where he just... after the thing. Cynthia? You know, she wasn't really that hard, really. I mean, I really had to think outside the box to fight her, though, but, you know, given that my team was, like, just barely above hers, though. So, yeah. But other than that, it wasn't too difficult once I got into the groove. Okay. I doubt it will be long before that accursed wall of light, the world's end, follows suit and disappears as well. Alright then, next question. Why'd you get rid of the English Lostbelt like this? I thought our Lostbelts were only supposed to fight each other once their territories made contact. It just goes to show that there are exceptions to every... Oh, sorry. Yeah, my first one is painful. Ah, I see. Second one is better. Yeah. Because we all know what to do now, though. Once we've... At least in terms of the Pokemon and stuff. It just goes to show that there are exceptions to every rule, Kadok. This may be difficult for you to understand, since you have no way of knowing how deep London's, that is to say, the Clock Tower's abyss runs. But the English Lostbelt is the only one that cannot be allowed to remain. Nothing good can ever come from it, not for us, and not for the foreign god. However, the foreign god knows nothing of this planet's history, and we have no way to explain. Alrighty. Have a good one, Falabi. Thanks for the raid. We can't even say anything to the priestess, as her role is purely observational. Later. All that aside, Kadok and Pepperoncino, the fact remains that I should have told you about this, and I didn't. For that, I'm sorry. Thank you, thank you. No point apologizing about this at this point. I still don't like it, but at least I'm in the loop now.
Same here. Besides, I'd already figured out that the barrel was up to something. But you know, Kirschtaria, all that said, does that mean your Tree of Emptiness is the only one still operating?
Don't be ridiculous. Have you forgotten about David's Lostbelt? That leaves 2.
I guess. Only problem with that is, I can't see anything that looks like a Tree of Emptiness anywhere around South America. So I take it that means all the branches connected to that canopy covering the sky are from the Atlantic's tree, then?
Good grief. I really can't get anything past you, can I, Pepe? That's correct. My Tree of Emptiness is the only one receiving the blessings of the foreign god's earth-covering canopy. What's more, my Tree of Emptiness has also grown into complete maturity. Once we confirm the English Lostbelt's disappearance, our plan will enter its final stage. The canopy hasn't only been absorbing the Earth's mana, it's also been soaking up all matter of cosmic rays, the kind that the Earth's magnetic field usually deflects. We will focus the entirety of that combined energy onto a single point, thereby enabling the foreign god to descend upon this planet. From there, the changeover should be swift and all-encompassing. The old world will perish, a new order will be established on this planet, and I will be the last human left. There he goes, talking a big game again. You sure that's all gonna go off without a hitch, Wodyne? The more you spend grandstanding like some kind of puffed-up royal, the more chances they'll have to show up and ruin everything. I'm well aware of that, Kadok. Chaldea has always taken keen advantage of their opponent's negligence and pride to turn the tide in their favor. Which is why I've sent out all the strongest forces at my command to the Atlantic. That's also why you haven't seen Canis here. I wasn't worried or anything. Knowing you, I figured you'd have all your bases covered.
So it would seem, wouldn't it? Then we might as well just sit back and see what Kirshtaria's got. In that case, I think I'll keep mooching around here, just like Kadok's been. How about you, Beryl? If you stick around in the English Lostbelt...
Hey, you don't gotta... oh, excuse me. Hey, you don't gotta tell me. If I'd stuck around there, it'd just be a matter of time before they came for my head. Beryl, when did you...
My, so you'd already long since flown the coop. I should have figured you knew exactly what you were doing.
Right? But seriously, I was downright terrified out there. I was all like, I can't take this crazy island anymore. I'm getting out of here while I still can. Then I jumped off a cliff into the ocean and had Canis come pick me up. Oh, and get a load of this. You guys will never believe what I went through over there. You see, that Lostbelt was a home to a princess who knew nothing, and I do mean nothing, about the ways of the world, so I figured I could take advantage of her in all sorts of ways, if I got in her good graces. But she had her head up in a fairy tale land... But she had her head up in a fairy tale land way more than I could have imagined. I mean, clingy! Even when she found out I was a human spy, she didn't even bat a damn eye. She just snuggled right up against me, saying things like, I would follow you into the bowels of hell itself. I mean, how stupid can you get? She knew I'd ruined her whole damn nation, and she didn't even care. How am I supposed to deal with that? It's beyond ridiculous. Take it from me, Kadok. Don't go putting the moves on royalty unless you're sure you know what you're doing. Piss off! Don't pull that big brother shit on me now. Besides, I'm never putting any moves on royalty again.
Wait, again? Did you just say again, Kadok? Had some experience with royalty then, have we?
Anastasia, maybe?
Ooh, I can tell this is going to be the best news I've heard in forever. Tell me everything. Don't spare a single juicy detail.
Forget it. There's nothing to tell you. If you don't have anything useful to say, then keep your mouth shut for once. Mitsuka. You say you rolling Orion? No, I think I'm going to be skipping the banner. Ah. Ah. Where's my mouth opening? Give me 1 second. Open. Just. Oh yeah, I just turned off. Ah, there we go. Give me a second, folks. There you go, something. Forget it. There's nothing to tell. If you don't have anything useful to say, then keep your mouth shut for once. Hey now, you can't expect us not to care about something like this, right? I mean, it's not like romantic escapades are a regular thing for you. Come on, Pepper and Chino, this calls for a change in venue. Hell, we could even get Koi and Sky in on this. Ooh, I'm so in. Right now, I don't care what it might cost to coax some juicy secret tidbits out of Koi and Skya. Fine. Go ahead and drink yourself silly. I'm going back to my room. Ah, come on. We're just having a bit of fun, Kadok. Lighten up for a change. Now, how about you show me where I can find a nice place to hang around? I only just got here, but I know this Atlantic Lostbelt is supposed to be amazing. If that's any indication, we shouldn't have to worry about Beryl for a while. Though I do hope the scent of blood will eventually wash off him. Anyway, let me know if anything changes, Wardime. I might not be too useful, but I'm sure there's still something I can do to help out. Now then, perhaps it's time you considered sharing your own opinion before I make my final move, Priestess. This could be your last chance, seeing as the foreign god's disciples have yet to even realize that I have my own goals in all of this. So she's the foreign priestess. You must have seen the adjustments I've made to my Tree of Emptiness, along with the way my interests align with Zeus's, even if our conclusions differ. Somehow, in spite of all that, you continue to do nothing. Very well then. I'll not waste more time asking you why you continue to insist on observing rather than acting. Nobody knows if the foreign god truly exists, not even the disciples have ever seen them. No, the fact is, not even they have any means of determining what the foreign god's true intentions may be. The foreign god is truly a god of emptiness. I cannot in good conscience leave mankind's fate to such a being. I will eliminate Chaldea, watch over Zeus until he passes, and establish the Tree of Emptiness as reality. So continue to stay back and observe, void shaped like a... So continue to stay back and observe, void shaped like a priestess. Nobody else is left. I alone shall realize the future you failed to create. Okay, so I think this should be the last intro. Damn, there's a lot of intro. And then there should be a 2-arrow preface. Give me a sec, folks. Alrighty, so... yeah, I still need to finish some of my, whatchamacallit. Okay, I still need to finish some of my interludes, I guess. Let's dive right in. Five days after the Nautilus test dive.
I see you're all here, ahead of the operation's start time. Very good.
Excuse me.
Master Yusei, servants, mash carrier light. As of this moment, Chaldea will assume its first battle station, and I don't want to hear any whining about how we're starting the operation 2 days ahead of schedule. Captain reported that the Nautilus's test dive in void space concluded safely. So I trust you're all prepared for the genuine article then?
How does the test dive go again? Yes, sir.
Yes, Director, we're completely over our seasickness and are ready to begin the operation at any time.
Seasickness. Mash, you got seasick? Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about this, everyone, but Goldolf is right. The situation is dire. There was a change yesterday in the branches of the Tree of Emptiness that we believe now covers the entire Earth. These branches were previously circulating magical energy between them, like a network, but now they have begun funneling that energy towards the center of the Atlantic. We don't yet know what this phenomenon signifies, but
whatever it is, we can be certain that energy is being stockpiled for use in a large-scale magecraft ritual. Currently, the amount of energy we have measured is already equal to that used for Gaetia's incineration of humanity, or Goetia.
I don't know, the Japanese call it Gaetia, I don't know. Though I hope we get the Solomon movie soon, though. I want to see it in theaters.
While we were unable to observe the Lostbelt's interior, Trismegistus has already declared it a disaster on a global scale. I therefore recommend that this anomaly, that is the Atlantic Lostbelt's Tree of Emptiness, be dealt with as swiftly as possible. A magecraft ritual on the same scale as the incineration of humanity, then that would mean... Yep, the foreign god descending to Earth. Every data fragment we get up to this point is pointing directly towards that inescapable conclusion. That being said, we still don't know what this foreign god is, whatever they really are a god. Whether they really are a god.
There we go.
Or hell, whether or not they even exist in the first place. Sorry for being so useless.
There's no need to apologize for that, Da Vinci. You can't help that we have so little information to work with. It's not your skills that are the problem, it's those damn cryptos not giving us anything to go on. Though of course, it also seems like they don't know any more about the foreign god than we do. I expect the only crypto who does know the truth is their leader, Kirschtaria Wardenheim.
Not to worry, I expect that too will be made quite clear over the course of this operation. Both the English Lostbelt and the South American Lostbelt currently appear to be stagnant, with neither showing any further signs of expanding their territory. Therefore, as we have previously discussed, Chaldea will be directing all of our resources towards eliminating the Atlantic Lostbelt. And now our preparations for that operation are complete. The Nautilus has been equipped with an ultra-long-range lens capable of observing outer space and a record-breaking magecraft barrier from all of human history. The Shadow Border has been overhauled to such a significant degree that it could almost be called a wholly new machine. Both the Nautilus and the Border have been outfitted with identical functionality in the unlikely event that one of them is scuttled. And Miss Kirielite's round table has been infused with enough magical energy to summon a number of servants on site. My only regret is that we weren't able to finish an alternate replacement unit before circumstances forced our hand. Do not worry about that. I'll continue to work on its design myself. There should be already enough materials for the reconstruction on board the Border. So as long as you are able to discover or otherwise procure a concept powerful enough to fill in for one of its bullets, I'll be able to put the whole thing together in the time it takes you all to eat lunch. Right,
Both my ultra long-range sniper training and the Ordinance's transformation sequence have been cleared for action.
Mash, you became a sniper? Damn, dude. I need you on my Halo team.
If it needs to be deployed to give us an edge during a decisive battle, I promise I will wield it to the best of my ability.
What's this about a transformation sequence?
Now, just pretend you didn't hear any of that. Besides, we still do not know if it will even be relevant here. Now then, as the command group officer who will be holding down the fort in your absence, I would once again like to give my usual order to those of you on the field team. The situation has changed significantly.
Let me see. 30 seconds. Got some notifications here. Okay. Wait a sec.
The situation has changed significantly.
I think I maybe read that. Who knows?
I will not say we do not have a minute to spare, but I will say the time is definitely not on our side. What is more, it looks like that was the case for most of our key point of attacks as well, the Atlantic Lostbelt. They have now put us in check before we had a chance to do the same to them. This is probably going to be longer than any battle you have fought to date, both in terms of number of enemies and the path you will need to take to reach your destination. Even a zero sail can only take you to the Lostbelt's outer edge, which means in this case means there will be more distance between you and the Tree of Emptiness than ever before. So I urge you all to handle yourselves even more cautiously and cool-headedly than you have been so far. In this Atlantic Lostbelt, the act of learning about its world may actually end up working against you. So I ask that you all stay strong and that you simultaneously be proud of your own latent potential. If you ever reach a point where you decide you cannot continue with this operation, feel free to come back here immediately. No, what am I saying? Now's not the time for pessimism. This is all my third process's fault. She has been incessantly insisting since yesterday that this simply cannot work. Alright, let us all go out there and take back our Earth. Field team, go ahead and board the border, starting with Master Yusei. Once I have confirmed that all of your vitals are green, you are to untether the Nautilus from reality.
Oh god, my voice. Let me get a drink first. Put my water here.
From there, you will execute a zero sail, and this operation will commence in earnest. Order, Lostbelt number 5, suborder, those who cross the Sea of Stars. Make sure you all give it everything you have, and I look forward to your safe return. Whew.
A lot of story segments here. And now we do the prologue. So give me a second. And we'll just get right in on it. Oh, blood. Sanson? It looks like this is as far as I go. I'm sorry, Dale.
Sanson! Gah!
die.
Come on, Dale. Don't let up for a moment, and don't worry about what might happen later. This is the only chance you've got. It bounced off. I can't believe how tough his armor is. He's not even using his Noble Phantasm. Noble Phantasm! Fleur de Lis!
Is that who I think it is? I see. A series of strikes made in tandem with a lily-based illusion.
It didn't even scratch him.
What a joke. Is that the Odysseus? I don't know. Armor dude?
Yeah.
It's over, proper human history. We've destroyed every last one of your nests.
It's not over yet. This started long ago, and it ended long ago.
Ah, you mean them? The Olympus alter ego will deal with them. Did you think this would be all over once they've arrived? There is no path forward for you. Any future you may have had is gone. You can submit to us and live, or oppose us and die. Which will it be, proper human history?
We will never submit.
I see. Then death it is. So you have chosen death. Dayon just got decapitated. Holy fuck. Wait, was it just the border guard that... Oh no, it was... Okay, no, it wasn't the border guard. It was definitely the armor dude. We found the ley line, sir. Good. This is the last one. Once we have used it to summon a servant, causing it to go dormant, we will destroy it completely. Our enemies should have known better than to give us time to prepare for their arrival. Now we will ensure they have no chance whatsoever of defeating us. Without a catalyst, the only sort of heroic spirit that can be summoned here will be one drawn to this place by sheer coincidence. But make sure you stand back all the same. We may end up summoning a berserker after all. Yes, sir. Hear me now. In the name of our great demiurge, come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales. Come forth and dedicate your life to Olympus, to this land brimming with the breath of the gods. Where am I? Wait, who am I? Are you my master? Yes, I am. From here on, you will dedicate your body, your life, and your skills to Olympus, down to the very last drop of blood. It is through this servitude that your life will have meaning. What do you mean by that? If this is beyond your comprehension, then your only task is to die. The stealing man spoke quietly, but his words carried an unmistakable fury. Yes, master. My life is yours to command. The servant kneeled low, bowing their head before their new master. It was then that the man lost interest. All that mattered to him was that the servant was not an enemy. For his thoughts were already focused on the true enemy that lay before him. Chaldea. The invaders who would see our world destroyed. I will never let you reach Olympus. It is here in Atlantis that you will meet your end. None of you will escape. None of you will survive. I will slaughter you all where you stand. Prepare for battle. So who did he summon? Meanwhile, a man and a woman watch as a certain sea crab makes its way across the ocean. Are they serious? Is that really all those fools that Chaldea brought to try to cross the sea? Musashi! It's Musashi! Hey, girl!
They're here? Where? Oh, that must be it. Wow, what an awesome ship. Although, I guess that is a little concerning. It's a beautiful ship, but it's way too small for these waters. Well, it might have been too soon for them to make their move. Worst case, this battle might be over before it's even begun. I just hope they haven't let their victories over those other 4 Lostbelts go to their heads.
Well, that's harsh. And here I thought I sensed you were firmly on the Master of Chaldea's side.
Hell yes I am. I can't help but go weak in the knees for Yusaku.
Hey boys, Musashi's got a thing for us. She's weak in the knees for me. That's
why I'm only a little concerned for him and his team. Looks like they're bound to have yet another rough start.
You find that a happy turn of events? Even now, I still cannot fathom how your mind works. Is it because of your love for dire predicaments? I swear, you're far more berserker than Saber. Well, her bikini form is a berserker.
Well, of course I'm going to smile about this. I'm genuinely thrilled that they made it here. How about you? Did you not expect Chaldea to show up here now?
Well, I hadn't ruled it out. How unfortunate that this is the worst possible scenario for them. At last, I'll finally get to see them lose.
Well, you sound happy. Oh, you certainly don't look it.
Pog, Musashi. I know, right? I can understand them having such a hard time in Russia. It was their first Lostbelt, after all. I can accept that their pathetic showing in Scandinavia, as that was a world too kind for its own good. I can turn a blind eye to their... Whoa, what word is that? Rakushness? Rakushness, I think? I can turn a blind eye to their rakushness in China, for that was a world too long without any manner of festivity. And I can concede that they had a right to be so self-righteous in India, for that was a clear-cut case of good and evil. No doubt it is owing to these experiences that the Chaldeans are likely thinking something along the lines of, the Atlantic Lostbelt may be a threat, but there must still be a way to overcome it. But they would be wrong. There is no problem here that needs to be solved. None. This Lostbelt is already perfected and is actively moving ahead to the stage beyond proper human history. The Chaldeans shouldn't have come here with the intention of defeating this Lostbelt, and they especially shouldn't be trying to learn more about it.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that coming to this Lostbelt with any intention other than its complete and utter annihilation is a terrible mistake. I can only hope they realize the error of their ways before they're completely wiped out. Alternatively... well, no matter. I have my own work to do. How about you? If you like, I could take you to their ship right now.
Oh no thanks, I'm good. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for them at the enemy's main base.
Did I misspeak? I thought I was clear that... I thought I was clear as the Chaldeans are going about this now. They're all going to end up dead. Oh, wait. I thought I was clear that as the Chaldeans are going about this now, they're all going to end up dead.
Oh no, I understand you. I just don't agree. Sure, they might suffer a horrific defeat and end up losing everything, but there'll still be enough of them left to fight back. So in the meantime, I'm going to do what I'm best suited for, so that I can be ready to pass the torch to them once they're finally doggedly make their way to the goal.
I see. Then you can also see how this is going to end, albeit in your own way. Very well then. Go on ahead to Olympus. If nothing else, the Chaldeans should make an excellent decoy.
Right? The gods can't tear their eyes away from them. So on that note, guess this is goodbye, Chaldean. If I run into you again there...
You won't. This is the last time we'll ever meet. My eyes see no further trace of you once... My eyes see no further trace of you once we go our separate ways here.
Well, at least that ought to keep things nice and simple then. Hey, do me a favor and tell them I'll be waiting for them up ahead, okay? Thanks!
Oh my god, she just did a ninjutsu. That fool. As if I would ever pass along such a message. That aside, I never would have thought she would make the trek to Olympus via consecutive drifting. She truly is her own personal ray shift device. Unfortunately, Chaldea, the same cannot be said for the rest of you. Who are you? The insurmountable iron wall that is the fleet of Olympus will rain shots down upon you like a meteor shower before you can even see them coming. And even if you somehow manage to get past that, you will then need to face the nihilist god of the sea. Do you truly understand your position here, Yusaku? You have no time to spare to learn about this Lostbelt. The moment you attempt to do so or get to know its cryptor will be the moment your journey comes to an end. Your incorrigibility has helped you prevail thus far, but you can't count on it forever. The Nautilus continues to make its way across the sea. After overcoming and emerging triumphant against 4 Lostbelts, its crew prepares to face the 5th and the most formidable of all. The day to bring down gods. Ancient ocean of the dreadnought gods, Atlantis. Okay, we got one more. I'm thinking, you know what? I kind of wanted to go up to chapter 2 though, but it is kind of getting kind of late on my end though, I guess that. So, I think once we finish the prologue though, then we'll start the first chapter, I guess tomorrow, or tomorrow, tonight, whichever, after I get home from work. Alright. Well, depending on how I feel though, really. I mean, if I'm either too tired or that, or because my body just kind of been aching a lot of days, but we'll see though. In any case, let's just get into the last part, and then we'll wrap up the stream. I know everything. It was just mainly dialogue from now though, but yeah, but that's how it's on. But it's all good. This will be like, yeah, this will go up on YouTube still. This will be like the prologue part. Damn, you could cut the tension here with a knife.
This is finally it, Master.
Yeah.
Come now, what's with the long faces? Given how obviously weak and pathetic the 6 and 7 Lostbelts appear to be, this is shaping up to be our decisive battle.
That's exactly it, Chubbs. Come on, this tension has been making your sphincter tighten up just as much as ours, alright? Damn.
Huh. That right there shows just how little you actually know about the world of magecraft, Kidney Pie.
Kidney Pie.
All of you know the tension I'm experiencing right now is nothing at all like all of yours. No, I'm genuinely freaking out here, and I'll thank you not to lump me in with your everyday ordinary nerves. As far as mages go, Cadox Zim Lupus was the bottom of the barrel. Every aspect of the boy, from his skill to his lineage to his resolve, was truly genuinely substandard. Ophelia Farmsalone's mystic life may have been menacing, but she was still just a girl with no killer instinct. Akuta Hinako was, well, her very existence may have been cheating the system, but she was never actually a mage. I will put her in the same category as any extremely dangerous wild animal. As for Pepperoncino, he was a little flamboyant, but on second thought, he's so snippy I don't even know how I'd go evaluate him, so let's just say he's the exception to the rule. And he creeps me the hell out. My point is, Kirschtaria is on an entirely different level than the other cryptos. There is simply no comparison.
Oh, does that mean you've met him before? Perhaps at the Mages Association?
Oh, please. Well, technically, I suppose we do both come from equally distinguished families, but never mind that. Listen, the clock tower is where true geniuses come to gather. There, even mages with talents well beyond average are considered to be strictly ordinary. As such, simply being able to stand out there marks you as someone capable of changing the very world. Kirschtaria Waldheim has been acclaimed as one of the brightest stars by the elite aristocrats of the Bartholomew faction. Bartholomew? Like Elmaloy? I don't know. As well as the Democrats of the Trambelio faction, and even the staunch neutralist of the Meloestea faction alike. Sorry, it's kind of hard to say these words. Despite their differences, they all had equally high hopes that he would be the one to rebuild this world's deteriorating foundation of magecraft. They even thought he might have gone on to found a 13th department of study at the clock tower if he hadn't decided to join Chaldea.
Really? I had no idea Kirschtaria was so highly regarded in London. And yet you never met him yourself, huh, Gordy?
Of course not. I was always cautious about who I reached out to there after all. And Kirschtaria received no end of support from all of other successors to nobility, young men who were obligated to carry on their family names. You see, anyone from a mage family, no matter how prestigious, would never dare disobey their father. For them, their fathers, some of whom are genuine monsters, who have been alive for hundreds of years, are the most terrifying beings in existence. And yet, even in the face of these wicked old foxes from the previous era of magecraft, Kirschtaria was never afraid to speak his mind openly. My guess is that his confidence stemmed from the sheer superiority of magical circuits he had, circuits that have helped him go his entire life without ever losing to anyone. He always carried himself as though he were a king, as though he had been chosen by the gods. He was both confident and idealistic, yet distinctly humane despite being cool-headed and ruthless. He set top records in all sorts of fields at the clock tower, many of which remain unbroken to this day. I still remember feeling keenly aware of how talent and charisma are something you're either born with or you aren't while peering over at him from behind with a convenient pillar. Or is born with it, or while peering over at him from behind a convenient pillar. Huh? Oh yeah, I could see Tubbo doing that. I bet he was tearing at a handkerchief and glaring at him.
The director's right. Kirschtaria was a bona fide genius who excelled at absolutely everything. It's true. My grown-up self has memories along those lines, too. And they're telling me that while I was definitely an unparalleled genius in every human endeavor under the sun, Kirschtaria was an indomitable genius when it came to magecraft.
But I thought David was the genius.
Oh, sure, he is, too. Just of a different sort.
Okay, I need some water again. Holy crap. Ugh, okay. Whew.
Again, these memories belong to my previous self who interacted with Team A, so I can't really vouch for them. But I'd say that David's the type who can make the impossible possible, while Kirchtaria's the type who can master anything we know can be done. So while it's not like one type is necessarily better than the other, when it comes to being a leader, I'd have to say being able to put together a foolproof plan that Kirschtaria could was the way to go.
Nonetheless, the fact remains that they are both peerless. Sorry, let me try that again. Nonetheless, the fact remains that that they are both peerless geniuses. I can't say I relish the thought of opposing either one of them. You can say that again. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll underestimate us and let down their guard.
I don't think we can count on that. Kirschtaria always gave everything his full effort, even in combat situations. I remember it seemed to me like he had a real aversion, a hatred almost, to settling for anything less than what he wanted.
A genius who refuses to take the easy way out. Perhaps this means he was actually just a hard worker.
No, I wouldn't say that. According to Chaldea's records, Kirschtaria lived a perfectly ordinary life during his time here. If anything, Kadok worked way harder than he did, He spent dozens of hours He spent dozens of hours training for every one of Kirchtaria's.
Oh.
Anyway, that's pretty much all we have to go on. So I think that's enough for Kirchtaria speculation. We may not know exactly what we're up against, but whatever they throw at us, we'll be ready. We've used every last bit of magical energy and resources we've accumulated to get to this point. Now, thanks to Nautilus acting as the shadow border's outer layer, crossing the ocean is a proverbial walk in the park.
Not that this even comes close to what the Nautilus can really do. I understand your disappointment, but I'm afraid the shadow border's safety is of paramount importance.
Quite so. With these manifold bounded field spells, the new engine that lets us use magical energy to propel ourselves through water at high speeds, and the Aronex Phantasm serving as our naval ram, we should be able to cross bodies of magma even if we're so inclined.
Of course, the Nautilus and I have seen it all and can handle anything, but I would like to avoid damaging the ship if we can.
Hello, this is Sion. I'm reading you loud and clear.
Okay, let me get some more water. Okay, I dropped my cap. Oh shit, did my brother just get Orion? He got Chad Orion? Excuse me. Just get a little more drink. No faux cards.
Hello, this is Sion, and I'm reading you loud and clear. I made sure you all have as much food and drink as the border can possibly carry. This is, without exaggeration, the best we are able to do at this point. If we fail with all of this going for us, I'll never be able to look you all in the eyes again.
Oh, not to worry. If we do fail here, at least we won't have to concern ourselves with next year's budget. A smart thing to do now is to use everything we've got and let the rest sort itself out later.
Oh, I do hope we can find a ley line and summon more servants soon. As things stand now, we don't have nearly enough in the way of fighting forces.
Come now, Gordolf. You know why that is all just well... you know why that is just as well as any of us? Who's it? Oh, come down, Gordolf. You know why that is just as well as any of us. You know why that is just as well as any of us. Given the battles we've fought and the other Lostbelts thus far, summoning servants on site gives us much better odds. Besides, Master Yusaku can only form temporary contracts with so many servants. I'm afraid you'll just have to keep a stiff upper lip as best as you can for now. Okay, we're about to reach the storm wall. It might have been an impenetrable for the shadow border prior to its upgrade, but now things are different. Activating the imaginary Aronex Phantasm. Lostbelt phenomenon identified. Naval ram assimilation successful. Untether from reality. Void space dive penetration mode. Zero sail unfurl. sir. The lookout just reported a faint ripple at Eastern 4, the White Wall. Of course, it could be just an underwater earthquake. Do you really think we would be seeing an oceanic earthquake now? No, it's almost certainly Chaldea. They may be arriving a little later than expected, but the plan otherwise remains the same. Assume they have succeeded at diving through Eastern 4, and train your sights on their most likely emergence point. All hands and ships to battle positions, and hurry up with the Lamia deployment. Yes, sir! Listen up. Do not treat these foes as you would typical rogue servants. Servants who have formed a contract with a master are stronger than you think. Do not for a moment think yourselves above them. Let down your guard and you will find yourselves the hunted rather than the hunters. Yes, sir! Very well then. I leave this in your hands. Beep. Understood. The Echidna production is coming along extremely well. What in God's name is that thing? It kind of looks like an Otsutsuki from Boruto and Naruto. Is it possible to manufacture those things? Yes, well, at least the prototypes. Damn engineers, after all this time you still haven't been able to complete them. Well, no matter. Send them in. Yes, sir. Activate the Echidna. Right away, sir. A creature that spits out monsters in spite of the tremendous pain it causes. It is indeed the mother of life. They should have all manner of applications. Come on, move it! Go, go, go! Hoist the beam sails. Head for the target coordinates. Full speed ahead. The third fleet has arrived at the target coordinates. Lamias are now ready to deploy. Your orders, sir. Take them out. Ooh, boy. We're in for a rough ride here. Oh, we got our St. Quartz. Knuckles the Echidna. Oh no. Alrighty then. So that's a completed Tree of Emptiness. Okay. Holy fuck. Who are you? I cannot even... Let me... Get that little bot. So we get new materials.
先輩、今年はベニエンマ先生が特製年越しそばを作ってくださるそうです。慣れた頃ほど油断しやすいもの。
Okay, as much as I would like to move on to the first chapter here, yeah, we're gonna have to end, especially since it's got 4 parts here now. But, well, that takes the prologues away though, so the prologues will still go up on the channel. So, yeah. And then after that, chapters 1 and 2, and however far we can get though. We'll continue that, I guess, either tomorrow or the day after. But we'll see though. But at least in here, I can kind of take my time with it though. But also, I do want to continue Knights of the Old Republic though as well, but we'll see what happens though. I'm kind of in the mood for FGO lately since I took kind of a big break from it though, just because I want to give other games a shot too though, and all that stuff too. Besides, I really got tired out from like Saber Wars and Guildfest and all that grinding though, and now since we have a new story chapter, I'm really excited to jump right back in. But in any event though, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Alright, take care.